Hey legends, I think we've only got around 2 hours to go until kickoff, and here I am still just trying to figure out who goes into the team and who is out. Now, I hope you're enjoying your Anzac Day, commemorating our fallen soldiers. We can't forget that. But I also hope you're really excited about the amazing day of footy we have ahead of us. And I can't wait for kickoff in just a few hours' time. So with all of that, let's just jump straight into it. And here's the team that we're currently confronted with. So we do need to make a few changes. Obviously, Fogs needs to come out, and we need a new captain. And we've got Ponga down here in the wing fullback position. So we had an absolute shocker last week, our worst performance of the year, mostly thanks to this captaincy choice, which was a bit painful. We've got some decisions to make on players like Joey Lussick. Is it time to move on from Ruben Cotter? What do we do with Burbo down here as well? And the other one is, how do we set up this whole bench piece just to maximize the effectiveness of it? We do get Cleary back, which is awesome. And I don't know about you guys, but I have just been umming and ahhing about, which of these cheapies do I go and chase? We've got some exceptional edges, players like Sean Bloor. John Bateman is in there. I can't believe I called him Jason Bateman in the last video that I pumped out. Then, of course, we've also got, Maxi Plath at the Dolphins. We've got Trey Fuller. You've got Jolliffe at the Titans. There's just so many decisions to make this week. We've got 3 trades. That's the other one. Do I make 3? Do I only make 2? And I think ultimately I've been a little bit conservative this week because I need to chase the points. And I also need to not waste any of my trades doing it. So let's just jump into some of the things that I've done. And you can see, first up, we have just gone and made a nice simple swap into Nicho Hynes from Fogs, and he will come straight in as our captain as well. I just think without Trindle, Nicho Hynes becomes that little bit more important to the Sharkies. He's coming off a massive 89, and I reckon that he is absolutely in for another big one, or at least I'm hoping so anyway. Nathan Cleary is back, and I've put him straight into the VC, and I think that halves combination is just the absolute best it can be. So I'm very, very happy with that. There should be a lot of points in those 2 superstars right there. The other big change that I've made is down the bottom here in Ponga going out for Reece Walsh. That's pretty much a straight swap, and that's effectively my 2 trades this week. So I did look at, like I said, a Trey Fuller. We looked at Weeks, Chevy Stewart, Jai Gray, all these awesome players that are up and coming, cheapies with potential. But reality is, for me, I'm chasing points and I really need a superstar. And I've gone with Reece Walsh because we all know on his day, even there, 73, he can produce the goods. So that's exactly what we are chasing this week. Now, some of the other things that have occurred in this team is Brendan Piakura comes back. I'm hoping a Fini Fuiaki up against the Panthers this week can be at his defensive best. I think Fini Fuiaki is a better defensive player than he is an attacking player. So I'm hoping the game against the Panthers will really suit him. Jesse Arthurs moves into the centers to replace Selwyn Cobbo. So I'm really looking forward to Jesse Arthurs getting significantly more involved than he traditionally is. So I hope both the attack and the defense is there from Jesse Arthurs, and fingers crossed he can actually score a few tries. Sam Hughes we are using as our looper. Joey Lussick, look, I still have some question marks. We know Brendan Hands is on the bench, but surely he can do better than this 28 this week. So we've got him down here as the first emergency. Fingers crossed if he goes 40 plus, we will just keep him right there. And Lockie Galvin didn't necessarily have the best game last week, but up against the Broncos with Payne Haas, Reynolds coming back. You've got Reece Walsh, Piakura's back. So if I'm being honest, I think the Broncos are really going to show up and expect to win this one and win it comfortably. So I'm not sure what that's exactly going to mean for a Lockie Galvin, which is why I've put him down in my emergency number 6 position. I've resisted the temptation to sell Burbo. So for me, he is a hold this week. And at this stage, I've also resisted the temptation to sell off Salmon. And it's mostly because I just haven't felt comfortable selling him off to anyone that I'm really interested in at this week. I'm probably better off saving that 3rd trade this week and really upgrading to somebody quite significant next week, ideally in this middle section. So that's the only area of my team that I feel needs a little bit of work now. So Cotter is going okay, but look, we really need a player who is 60 plus, at least has the capability of scoring that pretty consistently. Terrell May, look, that score of 32 is just horrible. I'm hoping for a really big, massive bounce back game this week. The Roosters, I think, are without Nat Butcher, so I'm hoping that gives Terrell May more minutes in the middle. And it's a game I think that Trent Robinson will be really keen to win. And like I said in my last video, if he really wants to win these games, he's got to start using his strike weapons like Terrell May, because May is absolutely one of those impact players that you need on the park. And yes, I know I'm biased because he's in my fantasy team, but he is an absolute weapon and we need to see more of him on the park. Corey Waddell, well, my expectations here aren't huge, but if he can continue to score 45, maybe a little bit more would be fantastic. Then I'll be really happy with that. He's in the team mostly because he's cheap. He's got the mid-edge duel, and he just gives me a fairly high degree of flexibility. So that's why I like Corey Waddell. He's somebody we could look to upgrade maybe around round 13. But until then, I'm pretty comfortable with Corey Waddell. Looking down at the centers, I'm happy with Iro. I'm happy with Strange. I'm happy with Turbo. And Paps, if you can please bounce back and give us a plus 50, that would be phenomenal. Now, if all of the pieces in this team start to come together, then I think we're actually in a pretty good spot. And fingers crossed we can actually start to make some positive moves this week as we head into the bye. So that's what I'm looking at. That's the team. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you really go well this weekend with your tips, with your fantasy team, with your super coach team. I have to say Anzac round is a pretty special round from an Australian point of view, from a rugby league point of view. It's just phenomenal. So there you go, guys. Look, that is the video. If you've liked it, you know what to do. Smash that like button for me. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, guys, get involved in the conversation via the comment section down below. And I'll see you all in the next video.